Are these handcuffs really necessary?
If you don't be quiet, a mouth gag will be just as necessary.
If you just hear me out.
I don't want to hear anything else from you. Either start making sense or shut up.
At least tell me your name.
Kathy Peterson. I'm in charge of this expedition.
Peterson? That's my name.
Is it? Small galaxy.
I wonder if we're related.
Don't try getting cozy with me, miss. I know well my family line. It's a long and distinguished one, and you're not part of it.
No Robbie Peterson in your lineage?
Nope. There's a Robin, but...
My name is Robin.
Of course it is. There was only one Robin Peterson, and she was a very special woman.
Really? Did she serve in the UN as a military liaison?
What?
Does the Unified Intelligence Task Force mean anything to you?
What about it?
21st century, Santaran and Rutan invasion.
How do you know about that? That's still classified material. Nobody outside my family knows Robin Peterson was involved in that operation. Who are you?
Kathy, I promise you that I am telling you the truth. I am Robin Peterson. I have traveled through time to warn you.
Warn me? Of what?
That the Scythopods you bring back, you must leave them here. They carry some kind of machine, a tiny machine, that's inside the Scythopods.
What does it do?
I don't know exactly, but they got inside your people too.
How? And how do you know this?
I saw one myself. It came out of his ear, one of your men.
Why should I believe you?
Because you need to. Because the alternative is that they shot themselves, and you know that isn't true. And because I want to help you.
I'm beginning to think you're not crazy. Does that make me crazy?
It makes you sane. Think about it. Everything I've said makes sense.
Not the kind of sense I'm used to.
To save the people who are still out there, still alive, we must find a way to stop these creatures.
I guess. All right. We'll look into it. But you're not going anywhere for now. Stay here.
Doctor!
There you are, Robbie. What have I told you about wandering off alone? Got yourself into a spot of trouble, I see.
Can you just get me out of here, please?
Nothing simpler.
I really need to get myself one of those.
I'll ask what you were doing here later. Right now we need to leave before they find us and accuse us of killing their friends.
Don't worry. I've convinced them we're on their side.
What do you mean?
I told them about the Scythopods. They know they're responsible for killing their people.
You did what? What?
We just saved the Earth.
What have you done? This could create a time paradox. Never mind the end of Earth. You could have just sealed the fate of the entire universe.
I don't know, Jared. There's just something about her that...
What? Don't tell me that you believe this ridiculous story. Time travel. H.G. Wells. I thought you were supposed to be a scientist.
Just listen to what she has to say. Ignore all the far-fetched nonsense, but at least she might know something about the Scythopods we don't.
The truth, spouted by a madman, is still the truth.
We're scientists. We should examine every theory.
What the...
Who in the blazes are you?
You must be Kathy Peterson. A very large pleasure to meet you. Must be a bit disconcerting to be standing in front of your great... I think I've lost count. But you would be Robbie's grandniece, right?
I'm supposed to take this seriously?
This is the doctor. You can trust him. Kathy, I'm sorry. I made a terrible mistake.
The only mistake being made was not gagging you.
Please, there's no need for the suspicion and anger. Let's all just calm down.
Calm down? I've lost good friends today, and for all I know, you may be responsible for it. That's more than enough reason to be angry.
You're right, sir, and I apologize. You do have good reason to be angry, and I'm very sorry for your loss. Believe me, I truly am. Furthermore, I can assure you that we are not responsible for what happened to your friends. The truth is you need our assistance.
Rubbish.
If we weren't interested in helping you, we could have easily made our escape. Instead, we waited for you here. If that doesn't demonstrate our good intentions, then please allow us to prove ourselves.
How?
The parasites. Robbie mentioned something infesting the Scythopods. What are they?
I'm still unsure. I need to examine one more closely with the laboratory equipment to be able to answer that, but they appear to be some kind of artificial mind-controlling swarm.
Mechanical?
How do we know you're telling the truth? I haven't seen any machines, and neither has anyone else. Why should we believe you?
They seem to have the ability to camouflage themselves, perhaps as organic tissue. How they do that, I don't know, but...
Just show them, Doctor. They won't believe us until they see one for themselves.
Very well. Fortunately, I've captured a specimen.
Fascinating.
But Robbie said they came from the Scythopods. Why doesn't it affect them?
I have been wondering that myself, and I think I have an answer. My intuition is that this machine, whatever it is, stimulates fear and aggression in the mind of the creature it inhabits. One of the more unusual attributes of the Scythopod is that it lacks any kind of built-in biological capacity for aggression. This would give them an immunity of sorts.
But why create machines to do that? Who would do this?
Once again, I'm afraid that's beyond my ability to answer, but I intend to find out.
Well, whatever they're for, we're not taking any more Scythopods back.
Yes. Now, I'm afraid that's going to be a point of contention.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, more Scythopods?
We've already picked up a number from other sites, and some are already back on the Sanctuary. We're only one half of the expedition, you know. The other ship has already been and gone. We're just here to finish the job. What?
It seems you've spared us a rather difficult conversation. Let me just say that had the Scythopods not already been sent back to Earth, things could have been much worse for this universe.
What do you mean by that?
Kathy, did the other crew report any problems?
I still think you're insane. But to answer your question, there were no problems that I recall. Jared?
Not that I know of. I talked to them just before we jumped into the system. They met all mission objectives without a hitch.
We'd have been and gone yesterday too, if not for the planet quakes. We had to spend the night on planet at our last pickup site, else we wouldn't have made up the quota.
Now that is interesting. The other crew never had to spend a night on planet, did they?
No, they didn't. Why? What does that matter?
Regarding your own ship, I noticed that not all of you set up camp outside. Why is that?
Been watching us, have you? There's no special reason, it's just that some of the crew like to spend their time out in the open when they visit a planet. As for the rest of us, well, we're all for exploring, but we prefer to spend the night in a more comfortable environment. But now that you mention it... that is strange. I think most, if not all, of the people we've lost were camping out.
I thought as much. That would explain how the machines can spread undetected. They do so under the cover of darkness. Simple and effective.
Are you saying that the fable... are you saying our other ship brought those things on board, but don't know it? And that they've been spreading at night?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh no! We've got to warn them somehow.
It's too late, I'm afraid. The damage is already done.
So the Scythopods back at the Sanctuary are not from the Journeyman?
No, they are now from the fable. See, I told you history cannot be changed, not that easily.
We can still jump back and tell them the potential danger. I can't begin to imagine what is happening back on the Sanctuary.
I'm afraid the answer doesn't lie back on Earth, but is here somewhere.
We may not be able to prevent what is about to happen, but we can do something about it.
Robbie is right. We must focus on what can be done. You already have Scythopods on board your ship, don't you?
Yes, we should probably get rid of them.
That may become necessary for your own safety, yes, but not yet. We may still be able to use them.
You think we can find a way to stop the machines?
The technology is beyond anything I've seen. I could spend days, weeks trying to learn their functioning. Or we can try to find their point of origin. Whoever created the technology must know where the off switch is.
How are we going to do that?
You have proximity scanners, don't you?
We do. They can detect organic life forms, but are not designed to search for small machines.
With this manner of machine, that may not be a problem, given its ability to echo organic tissue. If you want to help recover your people, then the first thing you can do is make a detailed search of the area around the Scythopod herd. Look for another unusual concentration of life forms. If I'm right, there will be something that stands out.
That's a bit vague. And in the meantime, how do you plan to keep busy?
Robbie and I will return to my ship to study this specimen more closely.
Your ship is here. How did we miss it?
It would have to be a stealth class vehicle for us not to have seen it.
Oh, it's a stealth class, all right. But, well, to be honest, it's nothing much to look at these days. From the outside, at least. Anyway, we must act with all haste. Come nightfall, the situation may become significantly worse. We'll rejoin you as soon as possible.
Hold on, Doctor. You've presented a very engaging, if incomplete, story. But I'm still not comfortable letting you two out of my sight. My gut feeling says that despite the glaring omissions in your tale, you genuinely want to help us. But I'd be a fool to put blind trust in you. So you may go, but Robbie stays with us.
What? Just hang on a moment here.
It's okay, Doctor. She's right. I'll stay.
Robbie, you don't have to.
I want to, Doctor. Just save the Earth.
That will be all, Doctor. As you yourself said, we must make haste.
I know what I'm doing.
All right, fine. I'll be as fast as I can. Don't get into any trouble without me.
That man is quite possibly the strangest I have ever met.
Same goes for me.
After all this is over, you and I need to have a long chat.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's move out. We've got a few portable scanners, so I'll split everybody into pairs.
And that's how I ended up here.
I want to believe it, but it's just such a fantastic tale. I just don't know what to think.
I understand how it must sound, but what else can I say? It's the truth.
Even if it is, I can't justify relying on it for making serious judgment calls. But for what it's worth, Robbie, you seem honest and open. And I like you.
Thanks.
Let's have a look around this area up ahead. Nobody's checked that yet. The scanner is showing some activity.
What's that at the top of the screen?
Probably another bunch of clickers.
Clickers? You mean those monsters in the forest?
Yeah, those. Let's have a look over this hill. Yep, another forest patch. Must be stuffed full of clickers.
Kathy, we found something.
On our way. What did you find?
Something. You'll have to come see for yourself.
Okay, we'll be right over.
What do you think it could be?
I can't say. Jared isn't the type to hold back his opinion, even when there's only the ghost of an answer. So it must be pretty unusual. Come on, he's not far away.
The sooner we get off this planet, the happier I'll be. About time you showed up. Take the scenic route, did you?
What you got, Jared?
Take a look at this scanner.
It looks like... what's that? 5 groups of life forms close together, and they're moving in a circle. Strange. It's almost like a dance. What the heck could they be doing?
Maybe the doctor knows. He seems to know more than he should. Where's he been all this time anyway?
We haven't seen him. Any ideas, Robbie?
Beyond what he told us, no. But I'm sure he'll be back soon. The doctor is a man of his word.
We'll see. Was there anything else, Jared?
Yes, I had my people physically search this area, and we have found a cave of sorts.
Of sorts? What does that mean?
Well, it's a cave on the outside, but partway in, things begin to look unnatural. I'm certain it was man-made, or made by something.
I thought this planet was supposed to only contain lower life. Where is this cave?
Over there, where Hans is. He's keeping an eye on it. There's more, Kathy. We saw nothing on our scanners, but Hans swears that he saw somebody come out of that cave. We tried to catch him, but then he disappeared back in.
Where do the scanners say he went?
That's just it. He didn't show up on the scan until just before he came out, and the scanner lost him when he ducked back in. We were going to go in after him, but I figured we'd better wait for you.
Must be something in the rock which is blocking the scanner. Do you think it was a member of the crew?
Don't know. Didn't get a good look, but why would he run if it was?
I think we should take a look.
What about the doctor? Aren't you going to wait for him to come back?
He didn't say exactly when he'd return, and like he said himself, at nightfall things are probably going to get worse.
And our people may be in there. Can we justify waiting?
What about the mechanical beetles? We still don't know how to stop them.
Lady, you're selling us short here. We work for the sanctuary. We're trained to handle anything.
Even the doctor wasn't sure what kind of technology it was made of. If he doesn't know, then I'm certain you don't.
They caught us by surprise. They won't do it again.
You've got that right. Once bitten, twice wise.
I'm used to another version of that saying. Okay, so I guess you're going in no matter what.
We're going in. You're not afraid of the dark, are you?
No, I'm just doubtful it's the best decision.
You're staying with us, remember?
I don't think you're going to let me forget.
Besides, I can't imagine my decorated ancestor, Robin Peterson, would ever walk away from people who need help. Would she?
I wouldn't. And won't.
Good. Then it's time for us to get going. Jared, get him ready. We're going in.
Got it. Right, people. Group up. Prepare yourselves for a cave run. Double-check your night vision visors and all weapons are in full working order. Any issues, report to me immediately.
This way, Robbie. Here, take this visor. You'll need it in the dark. Stick close.
Okay, let's go. Easy, people.
Look at the walls up ahead. They're rectangular. Smooth.
Yes, and the archway indicates refined construction methods. Very straight passage, too. I wonder what's at the end.
This night vision visor shows things clearly close up, but you can't see very far ahead.
I know, but they're lower profile than floodlights, so we stick with them for now. Use your other sensors, too. And stay alert. I wonder what that was.
Almost sounded human to me.
That's possible. Whatever it is, there's nothing on my scanner.
Mine's clear, too.
Let's keep going.
Softly now, people.
There, to the left.
Now that wasn't human.
Anyone get a good look?
Could only see the back half of it. Looked a bit like a big lizard, only with extra legs.
Well, it ran away from us. That's a good sign, at least.
Yeah, let's try to avoid getting trigger-happy. We don't want to make anything angry unnecessarily.
Based on yesterday's experience, I'll second that.
There's another problem. That thing didn't show up on my scanner. Kathy?
Nope, nothing here either.
That confirms it. Something here is blocking our scans.
These scanners operate on multiple parallel bandwidths. They can penetrate any natural object.
We're obviously dealing with something unnatural.
Could this be deliberate?
I'd hate to think that. We'd then be facing something technologically superior to us.
I think that's already been established. Proceed with extra caution. Looks like it opens up into a room at the end of this passage. Be on your guard.
I can't see the other side of the room.
Yeah, me either. This chamber must be huge.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything. Jared?
Nothing I could identify. Okay, we'll move into this room. People on the side of the group, watch our flanks. Hans, you watch our backs.
I'm on it.
It's huge in here. I can barely see the roof.
Just keep your eyes peeled. Keep moving.
You must have heard that.
I heard it.
Came from behind, but I don't see anything.
Anyone?
Stop!
Wait! Don't shoot!
Oh my word, is that?
Terrence?
Something's wrong with him. He's shaking.
Shaking with rage.
Stop!
We've stopped. Terrence, are you okay?
Be careful. I don't think Terrence is himself.
Terrence?
What are you?
Definitely not Terrence.
What do you mean? What are you? I don't understand.
What creature?
We are human.
Human. What is human function?
Philosophy?
Don't let's aggravate him. I swear he's on the verge of attacking us.
Human function is to help. We're here to help.
You fix me.
Yes, we can fix you.
No fix.
Don't shoot! He stopped.
I think it just lost control for a moment.
Whatever part of that was Terrence is gone. I say we just tie the body up.
Easy, Jared. Terrence, whoever you are, we just want our people back. Our humans back.
Human not want you.
What does he mean by that?
Human hate you.
Take us to our people or I'll snap your neck.
Jared, stop it!
Get it off him!
No, don't!
Oh no!
It's not my fault. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to.
We know, Jared.
Terrence, I'm so sorry.
You did what you had to do, Jared. Terrence was already gone.
Yes, I had to.
I'll take over point. You going to be okay?
Yeah, we gotta pay them back for what they did to Terrence. To all of them.
I can see the other side. There's a passage.
What's that sound?
I don't know, but I think it's coming our way. Let's get inside that passage entrance. I don't like being out in the open like this.
I think we're in trouble.
Hurry! Get to the passage!
The lizards! They're everywhere!
Run!
Open fire!
Get inside! Form a line! Make a fighting retreat! Robbie, stay behind me!
Back up! Back up! Keep it steady.
Keep firing!
There's too many! We can't hold them for long.
Over here! I see an exit! Come on, this way!
Everyone, in here! Jared!
Coming! Okay, close it.
We missing anyone?
I think we're all here.
We seem to be safe here for the moment.
Well, there's no getting out that door.
We need to plan.
Plan now? Maybe more planning earlier would have been a better idea, instead of running headlong into... that!
All right, enough. We're alive. Be grateful for small favors.
Fine. I'm thankful. So now what? How do we get out?
If only we knew what attracted that horde out there.
Look, I'm not blaming you, Jared, but that creature rush had to have been in response to Terrence. The doctor and I saw the same thing. Kill one of their kind, and they react en masse.
Good to know. Thanks for keeping us in the loop after the fact. Right, let's take stock of what we got. Have a look around, see what we can find. Another exit would be helpful about now.
What is this place, anyway? It's huge.
Looks like some kind of computer control room. Hasn't been used in who knows how long. Dust must be an inch thick.
Wonder who built all this. I don't recognize the architecture.
If we ever get out of this alive, it will make an incredible archaeological find. We could probably retire off this place.
You're not kidding. Maybe we should take a few souvenirs.
Hey, the lizard things. They've stopped.
They must have given up for now. Something else to be thankful for.
I knew it. Whatever is out there is coming for us. And I'm not going down without a fight.
Let it come in. It won't get far.
Maybe it just wants to talk again.
Weapons ready, people. By the sounds of things, we're not going to have to wait long.
Hello there.
Doctor!
Thank the stars!
Aren't you a sorry-looking lot? Whatever have you gotten yourselves into?
Oh, Doctor, how did you find us?
Didn't I warn you not to get into trouble without me, Robbie? You lot had quite a lead. Took me a while to figure out where you'd vanished to.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I had no choice.
I didn't give her a choice. I believe this is my fault.
Really? Well, at least everyone is all right.
How did you get past those creatures?
You mean those giant lizard-like things?
Yes, there were hundreds of them chasing us, wanting to eat us.
Jared in particular.
Really? Good to see you making new friends, Jared. I thought you might have something to do with their atypical clustering behavior. Most interesting and unnatural coordination. Anyway, to answer your second question, my research upon the microbot was very productive.
What did you discover?
It appears that the microbots communicate with each other through a heavily encrypted medium. I haven't been able to crack the cipher, but I was able to trace the signals to this area. Before barging in headlong, I took the liberty of assembling this little transmitter here. Its power is low and the effective range is quite limited, but the device does serve as a reasonably effective sort of bot repellent. I thought it might be a handy precaution. Anyway, it appears your entourage of lizards were controlled by the very same microbots, and they all fell back at my approach.
Very clever. But what would you have done if they weren't controlled by the microbots?
Probably have given them Jared.
Thanks.
So, what's the bottom line then? Can we leave?
Of course we can. But first, tell me what you found down here that had you running off into this cave without me.
We saw someone come out.
You did?
Thought it might be one of the crew. Scanners aren't working, though.
Oh, that would be the disruption field. Rather a nuisance, those, but do go on.
We found Terrence, but he'd been...
We don't know. It was like his mind wasn't his own.
The microbot again.
Is this some kind of invasion? By a race long since come and gone?
What say we find out? There should be an active terminal here. Ah, yes, here we go.
What? Are you saying these computers still work?
Oh yes, the technology is astonishingly robust. The microbot I examined must have been 1,000 years old at least. Now, if you'll just give me a minute or two more, thank you.
How can he be so cheerful? We were in mortal peril only minutes ago.
You get used to it. His attitude is infectious, actually. I think I'm finally beginning to appreciate it.
There are so many oddities and mysteries about his character that I hardly know where to begin.
Yes, they don't seem to go away with experience either.
Here we are. The archives are in fine condition, much as I expected. Let's see. Aha! The machines in question are known as automites. Their original function appears to have been as a self-replicating, self-regulating, and automatically deployed livestock control system.
Hang on. You mean you can read this stuff?
It takes a bit, but this appears to be an astoundingly old race. Languages in the early part of the universe had a commonality among them. If you know one, it's easy to pick up the others.
And you just happen to know one of the early languages?
Most of them, actually. Though it helps if you were around where they were actually in use.
Just when I think he starts to make sense, he goes and convinces me otherwise again.
That's something else you get used to.
You said they were used for livestock control. Seems to be exactly the opposite of what these machines accomplished at present.
Yes, indeed. What appears is that the Automites' creators left the system behind when they abandoned this planet. Over time, certain constraints of the Automites' operating algorithms degraded or were somehow compromised. Why, I don't know. But as a consequence, the system has spread far beyond its initial design range. I believe their program has been evolving for who knows how long.
So what we're looking at is a rogue domestic tool?
That's what it began as, yes. Quite what it has become, now that is a question even I am not able to answer in detail. Not yet, at least. Given the distributed nature of the system's intelligence, I expect it's evolved into some kind of centralized intelligence, like a collection of computers or machines, a megnode, if you will.
But how does any of this help us? Can we liberate our people?
Of course, easily.
And how do we do that?
Well, given that the system was designed to be controlled, I expect that there are shutdown sequence codes that exist which could be transmitted to the network as a whole.
So we just need to get the code.
Yes, the archive here should be able to give that to us with little problem.
They're back!
I thought your transmitter was keeping them away.
It was.
Can you find the code before they break in?
I'm trying.
I don't know how you can be so calm. You haven't seen those things up close and familiar.
Robbie, when you've walked the surface of as many worlds as I have, for as long as I have, you learn to save your worry for when it's absolutely necessary. And in every situation, there are always unforeseen resources to be tapped.
I suppose so. You know, Oh, never mind.
What is it, Robbie?
Nothing, Doctor. It doesn't matter.
Everything matters, especially the bits you think don't. Big things are only made of lots of little things, you know.
Well, it's just that everything you talk about, all these worlds, these wonders, I can't imagine any of them. I won't even live long enough to see half the things you mention, and that makes me feel so small.
Ah, my dear friend, this is the meaning of cosmic angst. You're experiencing the fear of untimely loss, a sense of lives being taken from you, even before you've lived them. Though profoundly sad, it's a valuable feeling to have had, at least once. Without it, many a being simply takes life for granted, and so squanders all its precious passing moments.
But you don't have to worry about that. You have as many moments as you want.
Now there you're wrong, Robbie. My candle burns a little brighter, lights the dark a little longer, true. Yet hold me up against the universal fires. Should only one of those billion stars but wink, all I ever was and will be shall be blown out by the stellar wind, and I shall become nothing more than the dust of stardust.
Excuse me if I'm interrupting this profoundly philosophical moment, but can you concentrate on the more pressing matter at hand?
Believe me, young Miss Peterson, I was. This archive doesn't seem to have the information we need.
What?
Whoever created this complex didn't load the memory banks with anything useful, like operating codes or any other controlled information. This node seems to be more historical reference than practical operational functions.
Perfect.
Listen.
They're going to break in.
Cephalopods. Thousands of them.
It's not the lizards?
And why are they moving in a circle like that?
I think we may have found what we're looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the megnode. There's always one moment in childhood when the door opens and lets the future in.
Planetary death. 14 hours.
Oh! What? There's an anti-espionage routine built in. The code triggered it.
I am sorry. I will remember, but I was not alone.
Doctor!
Only a few need assistance.
You might want to get a head start, Doctor. Robbie, last chance.
What?